Hola, hola, buenos dias. Today is day 7 of Vlogtober. And today we are going to be talking all about comprehensible input. Is comprehensible input dead? So I'm going to read a quote from this book. It's called Foreign Language Education, The Easy Way by Stephen Krashen. And here's what this quote says. Current language acquisition theory claims that we acquire language in only one way, when we understand messages, that is, when we obtain comprehensible input. Thus, we acquire when we understand what people tell us or what we read, when we are absorbed in the message. More precisely, we acquire when we understand messages containing aspects of language that we are developmentally ready to acquire but have not yet acquired. So that right there pretty much sums up how we should be learning, or rather, how we should be acquiring Spanish. We acquire it through comprehensible input. And it goes on to say in this book on the next page, comprehensible input, or CI, results in language acquisition. So we know comprehensible input is important. We know that we have to get that language into our brain, right? But how exactly do we do this? Well, I know I like to listen to podcasts. I love watching Spanish TV and movies in Spanish. I love to listen to audiobooks, and I love music. I also enjoy reading, and I try to read as much as I can. But as far as communication goes, if you're wanting to improve your Spanish, to have more fluid conversations, then definitely listen to more of the language, because listening helps with conversation. Reading more helps you with gaining vocabulary, zoning in on the different language structures, things like that. But you definitely want to incorporate lots of listening and reading. And the thing with listening is you need language that you understand, thus it's comprehensible, right? Does that make sense? Hit the like button if you agree. You need to be able to understand what you are listening to or what you are reading. And of course, I don't want to leave out last but not least, because this is the whole point of learning Spanish, is practice with native speakers as much as you can, because when you listen to what they're saying, you're getting that comprehensible input. And then it's your turn to talk, and you can converse, say what you need to say, but then you stop and you listen again, and you're getting more of that dialogue, more of that comprehensible input. That to me is one of the best ways. I know when I went to Chile, South America, when I was probably 17, I showed up and I did not know any Spanish. I might have known maybe 3 words, but I could not speak Spanish at all. And I definitely couldn't understand it. In the first 3 days, I didn't even want to talk. Like, I was too scared. And finally, after a few days, I finally started talking. Yes, it was 1 or 2 words at a time. It wasn't correct. Like, I mean, I knew words, and I definitely used my dictionary a lot in the middle of conversations. But while it was messy in the beginning, I ended up acquiring so much of the language that by the time I came home, I was able to take intermediate level classes, and I could keep up. I made A's in the classes, and it just did so much to help me learn Spanish, because when you acquire language, when you get all of that comprehensible input, it gets in your brain, and when it comes time to speak, it just sounds right. You know, you're not learning grammar rules. You're not trying to stop and figure out, okay, Is this first person? Do I use subjunctive? You're not thinking about all of that. You're just letting the language flow because you know how it sounds. It sounds right, and you know that because you got comprehensible input. It's in your mind. It's almost like when you get a lot of comprehensible input, the language is acquired and it's almost subconscious, like you don't even know that you're learning, but it's happening to you. It is happening, and it's a beautiful thing. So you definitely want to get lots of comprehensible input. I know for me, comprehensible works. It has worked the best in all of my language studies, and so definitely add more comprehensible input. And if you're starting and you're finding that you're not understanding what they're saying, then keep on. First, you need to find material that is suited to your level, okay? And because if it's not at your level and you're not understanding, then it's just noise. So, but you need to find something that's at your level, and also keep practicing, like keep listening, keep reading. That will help you the most. I know when I first started watching it was a telenovela, La Reina del Sur. At first, I had trouble understanding what all the characters were saying because some of the Spanish is in Mexican Spanish, some of it is in Castilian Spanish, and it was hard to go from one to the other. And I understand Mexican Spanish, but then they have a lot of regional words and a lot of slang and things that I wasn't sure about. But after watching the entire series, I acquired the vocabulary, I was tuned into the different accents, and it was a lot easier for me to understand by the time I got to the end of the series. And then I went to watch it again, and I understood that much more. So you kind of have to get into that practice of listening. And the same thing with reading. At first a book might seem a little challenging, but it's at your level. Keep reading and it will improve, I promise you. So to answer your question, no. Comprehensible input is not dead. It is alive, and you should be using comprehensible input into your language studies. So let me know in the comments, what are some ways you include comprehensible input into your language studies? What are some resources that you like? Do you listen to a particular podcast that you love? Is there a particular audiobook that you like, or a TV series, anything? Let me know in the comments because I'm always looking for new ways to get comprehensible input. So thank you for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and I will see you in the next video.